Hello, welcome back to Cannes. I've seen one very good film and two absolute belters. The first is David Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future, not to be confused with his 1970 film, also called Crimes of the Future. It's basically returning to a kind of idea and a kind of mindset, which I have, in my coy way, dubbed Ballado Cronenbergian. He has basically fused his worldview with that of J.G. Ballard, the way he did for Crash in 1996, about a future world in which human sensibilities, human passions, human sensual pleasures have become fused or merged with the technological possibilities of the modern world. And so it makes less and less sense to talk about humanity in a romantic way of thinking of humanity which floats above our technological world. Basically, Crimes of the Future is in what he imagines to be a post-human world or a non-human world. It's set in a time to come in which medicine and analgesia have made pain and pleasure sort of things of the past, and human beings are reaching towards other ways of gaining something approximating physical sensation. And one of them is growing new organs in their bodies and surgically removing them. Now, that sounds very, very odd, and the whole movie, in a way, is an operatically bizarre black comedy. And I should also mention, in that connection, a terrific and very funny performance from Kristen Stewart, who at one stage says the deathless line, "Surgery is the new sex." Anyway, Viggo Mortensen plays Saul Tenser, a auto-surgical performance artist whose partner, Caprice, played by Léa Seydoux, cuts these new organs. They are better than just tumours or lumps, they are actual organs, out of his body in front of a live paying audience who, like the audience for the car crashes in Cronenberg's previous work, have a passionate connoisseurship of this kind of dissident, transgressive new spectacle. And it all gets very, very strange, stranger still, when somebody suggests to him that the human body may be capable of digesting plastic, and he says that he has in his possession the dead body of his 10-year-old son, whose autopsy will prove this beyond doubt. Now, if that sounds kind of yucky, then of course it is yucky, but it's kind of post-yucky, it's beyond yucky, it's, in Nietzschean terms, beyond yuck and non-yuck. It's a little bit of a mannerism. There's a line where I think it's Léa Seydoux says, "All this is juicy with meaning." I think it's more just juicy, not necessarily juicy with meaning, but just juicy, but certainly very juicy. It's very strange, very, very compelling and very watchable. Another film here at Cannes which I enjoyed the living jeepers out of is Brett Morgen's Moon Age Daydream, which is basically a 140-minute montage about the late, great David Bowie, mushing together his performance footage, archive footage, his interviews with various smirking normcore television personalities who don't really get him and who might be thinking of trying to take the piss out of him, but with whom David Bowie is unfailingly polite, helpful and brilliant. It's not a film which touches on David Bowie's personal life as such. It's about his public life, his images, his personae, his creativity and his brilliance. And I just went into an extended 2.5-hour swoon watching this film. It's absolutely brilliant. If you're a Bowie fan, which of course, who isn't, you're going to want to see it, and if you're not, it will make you a Bowie fan. Right, here's my tip for the Palme d'Or, at least so far. It's Park Chan-wook's Decision to Leave, an absolutely sensational Black Widow noir romance starring Wang Tae, the great Chinese actress who I remember from Lust Caution back in 2007, directed by Ang Lee. She's even better in this one. She plays the widow of a man who has been found dead, and the investigating officer is starting to fall in love with her the more he starts to suspect that she is in fact the murderer. It is absolutely brilliant. It's very Hitchcockian, although I have to disagree with some of my critical colleagues out here who are saying that there are lots of delicious little nudges and winks to movies like Vertigo. Of course it resembles Vertigo and it resembles Hitchcock, but it isn't a nudge nudge wink wink cinephile exercise in film buffery at all. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd have told me that the director had never seen an Alfred Hitchcock film. He just intuits the skills and the artistry of making a suspense thriller. It is so good, I can't wait to see it again. That's it. Could you all please get off your high horse and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also give it a like and a share on your various highly influential social media platforms. See you here tomorrow. A bientôt.